Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I call this planning board meeting to order. First order of business will be to approve the draft minutes from June 17th.
And you were sick, and I forgot to list Jim as secretary when I got into that.
Does anybody have any edits or
I didn't have
comments?
anything.
No?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Second,
Okay, how do you vote?
I abstain, I wasn't here.
Yes.
Yes?
yes,
Yes. Okay, minutes approved. All right, this is the time where we ask for invitation for a public comment. You gentlemen are here for the Temple Cabins, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so not hearing or seeing any other, anybody here for public comment, so starting with new business. Temple Cabins, welcome.
Yeah, we're here to, look at possibility of what are our options to develop this property. The way that this, I mean, as you guys know, we took the property, and this is Carl, by the way, I'm Ravi. We have been partners in developing this property. I don't know if you guys knew the conditions for the cabins, it was almost like horrible is the best word I could use. And how an misfortune of someone actually passing away, and you guys were paying rent for it. Thank you for that. But we brought it to a stage where we can call this one of the best luxury cabins in the area. But in spite of all that, the economics are not working out great for us with the taxes going up and the cost of maintaining the cabins. These are short-term rental, which means you need to constantly clean them and all that after every stay. So the economics are not working. We're looking into how to develop the area more to make it cost effective, and hopefully we can provide the much needed services of short-term rentals or lodging in this area, not just short-term rentals. So, wanted to discuss some options with you. Just kind of put a laundry list and see what kind of works within the zoning laws, and where needed, any variance is needed. If so, what should we do to get those variances and things like that?
And we have the garage on Route 101 that is kind of zone commercial, but right now we cannot do anything with it. So if we can, what we can do is, we have a couple of ideas, so.
I don't know, do you know if the property had a special exception from the zoning board of adjustment? Did you get any documents like that, or if it was
No,
grandfathered?
It was run really like, basically like what you call a landlord, the couple that live there, they don't need anything. The condition was people live with mice and rats and, I don't,
Right,
they basically.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was pre-zoning, this may or.
yeah, that was my question,
But this is change of use, so that
right,
you're gonna have to go to the zoning. board.
right, it seemed like the starting point would be
Yeah.
to find out if there, what the conditions were, if there was one granted for special exception.
Yeah.
Because we don't allow commercial development in Temple without a special exception from the zoning board of adjustment.
But if the unit is already zone commercial,
Right, but it would have been either predated our zoning, which was in the 70s,
72.
72, or it would have been granted a special exception and there'd be conditions. So we don't know that. So,
under the tax card says commercial.
yes. Yeah, but in order to get that, it has to go through a process.
Right, if it was pre-zoning, that they got to do that without meeting the zoning requirements because they started before zoning started here. But since you have now purchased it, that would no longer be valid. So you're gonna have to go to the zoning board regardless. Unless there was a actual zoning special exception granted.
Right,
So,
right.
It's interesting. I remember as a young child going with my grandfather to that garage, they actually tried to run a diner out of there for a few years.
Mhm.
No, diner.
In the seventies, yeah, they did,
Really?
they tried.
It's still have like the oil change,
Okay, there's
Yeah.
remnants there's remnants of of the old restaurant, yeah.
Mm.
No, there
Oh.
probably is a restaurant, but then there is also a auto garage, you know how they have the thing to go underneath.
yeah, they have the whole.
The whole to go underneath.
Concerning.
Yeah, I know.
Like an oil change basin, if you will. There is that is still there.
Mm.
So it looks like it has gone through some incarnations, basically. So we were thinking, can we incarnate it as an ice cream shop or something, which kind of seems to make sense, given that it is on the road. That's still an option. You got to look at the commercials on that too, but something like that, is that an option? I was told probably general store or a country store won't fly, I was told. Maybe, a place for, knickknacks to be sold, the New Hampshire knickknacks to be sold, something like that.
Mhm.
Or we are even thinking, and this might come at a cost, since housing is such a shortage, can we look into converting it into a 1 or a 2 bedroom, studio or apartment, a small apartment. A lot of the requests, demand from nurses and folks like that in the area,
Mhm.
they're desperate for some housing there. I mean, sometimes I turn them back, feel so bad to turn them back myself,
Mhm.
saying, look, we don't have anything. There's demand for that too.
Oh, for sure.
It might come at a cost. I mean, it might need a lot of
One
work.
problem is so close to the road, so.
That's the only problem.
So I
You
think
got
it
to-
probably need to be commercial, like,
Yeah,
something
it's
like.
better if it is commercial. I don't want to put anybody having to live in a place with so much noise day in and day out. Though with insulation, I think we can damp down some of the noise, but not all of it.
Mhm.
That we know. And then we need a septic for that if we are ready to do.
Then we find a septic, but it's a long time gone. I ran the camera and it was we know where it goes, so it's probably have to have a new septic installed, and I think we have the space to do it.
Okay. Just looking at your list, the number 1, you said carve out a single family plot. I think that property is 2.6 acres. Is that? Yeah, so that one is off the table right off the bat, just carving out another lot, because we don't allow,
Right.
you have to have 3 acres for a single family.
About 3 acres?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and 300 feet of road frontage.
Okay.
So, for the one single lot. So that one's definitely out.
So there is a house there, and then there's how many cabins?
5.
5 cabins, and
And then
then
the garage, and then
the garage.
and then the storage in the back.
So you are allowed to have a primary residence and then have an accessory.
Yeah, but we're not living there, so.
Not owner.
Okay.
I would also recommend talking to Pete Caswell, our town health officer. He knows, he was actually the one that approved the shared septic for the cabins that are there now. And he could tell you for septic where and how big and all of that before you take any next steps. I would start with him, right?
It's a good start.
And also,
Mhm.
they need to talk to the zoning board, see what happened back then.
Right.
Good luck with that, but
Yeah, and also that shed, it has seen better days. I mean, technically I should demolish it and put something on it. Just wondering again, because of the demand, can we, because we will be doing the septic, can we do a septic for like a 2-3 bedroom? So that we can put 2 more of those little cabins or something like that over there again to meet some of the housing requirements from the nurses and all. Kind of do like a studio, which is what they seem to prefer. A kitchenette, a small living area, and then
We have.
yeah, how would they do that under our current zoning?
They'd have to go.
Yeah, they definitely have to get a special.
8:30 tonight.
yeah, with exception, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because, again, there will be investment needed for the septic, for converting the garage into either a commercial space or a residential. But then why don't we combine all of that and put that all in one septic is the idea.
yeah,
Otherwise, this property, commercially, economically, it's just not working out.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't want the garage and car parking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One and dealing with this stuff.
Right,
Yeah, so the first thing you're gonna have to do is figure out actually what you do want to do.
Exactly.
And you can't build a new house there,
Mhm.
but figure out what you wanna do and then talk to the zoning board.
yeah, and I would talk to Pete Caswell
Yeah.
too about the septic.
Pete.
Pete Caswell,
Oh.
Chadwell Pump is the company that he's.
yeah, if you call the town office, they can give you his contact information. I don't think I have it offhand, but.
Right, they might even be able to research the zoning record
Mhm.
there, but I really suspect it was just grandfathering.
I would assume so
Yeah.
too, but I feel like we've looked at this before.
Years ago, there was stuff around this.
Yeah.
Pete knows a
Before it
lot
was
about
sold, yeah, Pete is a great
resource.
resource.
Zoning laws, and it was very clear, we were, grandfather, it's very clear.
Okay, yeah,
Even the existing condition would have been allowed by the zoning laws. So-
right,
But any of that grandfathering stuff, Pete would be on top of that. pretty
Yeah, he
good.
knows.
yeah, and if you're talking about an expansion or a change of use, so it would still have to go to the ZBA unless there was a special exception that said you could, but
Right,
There
right.
isn't
If it's
one.
grandfathered, then they have to.
then
period.
you would have to,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even if it was a garage before.
Yeah, if it was pre-zoning, when the property gets sold, which happened, then you're now subject to the current zoning laws for any new stuff. The grandfathering doesn't keep going, as far as I know.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure.
I think that,
I
I think the special exception stays with the land,
If there was a special.
if there was,
Yeah.
yes, but if it's grandfathered. I don't know, but either way, this sounds like an expansion anyway,
Yeah.
so wouldn't still need to go to the
Change of
ZBA.
use, expansion, yeah.
Well, anything's possible, just, I would start with speaking with Pete Caswell for sure, and then make an appointment with the zoning board of adjustment. And they're all good people and
So
they'll,
we don't need to get lawyer involved and do like five hardship and all this stuff to go. It's just
Not
to
if
go.
I wouldn't do that at this
It's
point.
yeah,
no.
fine. Just try to get to what they're thinking about.
yeah, I would do exactly what I said, get a hold of Pete Caswell, meet him. I'm sure he'd be glad to meet you, and he knows the history of the property. And then the zoning board, they're nice people and they'll work with you and,
A lot of times planning and zoning don't like each other, so it's good.
yeah,
Oh, no, we're,
No,
no,
that's not.
yeah,
we try to work
Tell your
together.
story.
we're a good little town, we all love each other.
Some of us have been on all the boards.
Right,
Been on the zoning board.
He's been on the zoning board, he's been on the
Yeah,
zoning board, right?
my husband is on.
Yeah. So good, well, I wish you well.
Thank you.
And you can always call the town office and they can help you out with.
Pulling records and stuff, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good evening, thank you guys.
Hmm.
So, site plan review, we had, Mr. Driscoll, I read the.
Yeah, with somebody in his office, but
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And most of the changes were pretty minor. Which I don't know if everybody had a chance to look at it, but I didn't see anything that didn't make sense to me, except for that obvious, that last
I
section.
printed that out, I don't wanna waste all my ink, but I did print that, cause I knew that was.
Pretty minor, except for that.
Except for that huge caveat with that we didn't really look at because it wasn't part of the scope of work. And
That was just in it already.
it was just in there already, and I think it's from pipeline, when that was put in during the pipeline stuff. I think it was just copied from another town,
Same life, something, whatever.
so I think,
It was New Ipswich,
was it New Ipswich?
yeah, we pretty much used there when we did the pipeline.
I think,
There,
I mean, our option is to leave it as is and look at it next year or pull it out, right? or spend the time to make the corrections, which I'm not excited about personally, but they're pretty significant changes, I think, is what is. There's a lot of things that they said is in conflict with state statute,
Right.
which is
Did he
problematic.
say, I don't remember, right? What he might have said, just drop that entire section.
He did. He did. That's what he recommended, I think, right, was just dropping that entire section.
The whole construction things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which,
It's mostly red lines now.
Yeah.
right, which if the board is comfortable doing that and revisiting it next year. I don't think, I think it's a good idea to have something. But it needs a lot of revisions. So, I don't know what others thought.
I'm not sure, just like. Well, I mean, I guess if it's in conflict.
I know,
Yeah, then
but are we,
probably not legitimate, why would we be?
Well, we shouldn't, because somebody could challenge it.
Exactly, so I
Yeah.
think then I would. Say that we should. Eventually remove it.
and so would we, then we could just say section 14 removed and it's a placeholder if we put something back in.
But I don't, can we, is there a rush on this, cause like. Or do you wanna make a decision?
I mean, only in that we have a lot on the calendar for the rest of the year and it feels like this could get dragged out.
Well, I mean, what would we do anyway? Just drop all the red line and then. There's not much left. So we'll try to come up with a new wording.
Right, no, I think it should be removed if it's in conflict with RSA's, right?
And then we can
Why we have,
take our time.
not that legal advice is
I mean, we could do both. We
possible,
could,
but that's why we have it.
right. We could
It felt strongly that we remove it.
remove it, have the hearing on what we have and still work on it. And have another hearing. At whenever we're comfortable with what we have. Whether that's this year or next year or whenever.
Yeah. Should just remove it and revisit it in the future if we have.
Do you think,
something to add.
I guess my only hesitancy right now is because Matt and Russ aren't here. For us to vote on it right now without those two guys here to have a say, they might feel differently.
On the section 14.
Yeah. Is it the right?
Well, I mean,
They probably
Yeah,
aren't gonna have a problem.
with it. This isn't, I don't think this is controversial.
I don't think it
Yeah.
is either.
So it'll be okay, yeah.
Right, it's based on legal opinion, not on us deciding.
Yeah. This is basically impossible.
Yeah.
Okay,
Were there any other questions or concerns on the other stuff?
no,
The only other note I had from our last meeting was that we were gonna add something about consulting with the Temple Fire Chief and compliance with the fire code because of what happened with the all-purpose storage.
right,
So I didn't get anything from Russ per the minutes. He was gonna send something.
okay,
But I do have, I just wrote a consultation, so it's actually, I'm going back up, section 4. Which submission requirements be proposed development. I think it's item D refers to the septic. And I just wrote a consultation with the Temple Health Officer is recommended prior to. Either submission of the final application or during design review phase. And then basically the same thing with the fire chief, and that's under letter G in that same section.
Under section 4, submission requirements.
Yeah, B, proposed development. Letter D,
Oh,
it says design and location of proposed utilities, including water supply, waste disposal, septic, et cetera.
Yeah.
And so it's just recommending consultation with the health officer, and then under G, same thing, but recommending consultation with the fire chief.
are we recommending it or are we requiring it though?
Well, so then under section 5, general standards and requirements. Letter A says the proposed use, building design and layout shall meet the provisions of the town zoning ordinance, site plan regulations, and intent of the master plan. Maybe we add the state of New Hampshire building and fire code.
Okay. To cover that,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that was all the only other
So
change.
that way, because I just, when we're like recommending something but not requiring, I just want to make sure that like,
Right,
is our intent,
is that strong enough?
is that strong enough, right? Because, oh, well, you recommended it, but I didn't take
Well,
the recommendation.
They have to follow the state fair code.
They have to follow state record.
So that's just not a recommendation, that is.
Right,
Yes,
and that's in our zoning ordinance too.
Right.
all right,
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think then what you said is fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably need a couple of motions, right?
Yeah,
So, I would make a motion to remove section 14 from the site plan regulations. And just, what's the exact wording? Language removed, section removed?
Is it, so section 14, the whole section or just the construction,
It's the whole
So-
section 14.
large scale infrastructure?
Yep,
They just say remove, that's why it's in the state RSA's all the time.
okay.
I second that motion.
Want to vote?
Bill, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's,
I vote yes.
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 Okay,
And then a motion to accept the changes recommended by town council for the other sections. With, plus the new language for consulting with the health officer and the fire chief and compliance with the state of New Hampshire building and fire code.
Second.
how do you vote?
Yes.
yes,
I vote yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and do we want to schedule the hearing for the next planning board meeting, August?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Okay, we have a month.
Hearing on the site plan review.
Yes,
Yeah,
on the site
yeah.
plan review.
Why not? Get it
Okay.
done with, get it.
So moved.
What's the date of that?
Yeah, it's the third
Yeah,
Tuesday.
August
19th.
19th, yep.
Yes, I'm probably gonna miss that. What happens, too many committees and boards and things I'm on. And didn't have any conflicts until I got put on this thing.
So did I make that motion? I think I did. Was there a second?
Like one of the.
We just
The
voted,
motion
we,
for the
voted
hearing?
on the
Yes.
second.
oh, for the hearing, for the hearing.
Oh, the hearing.
Okay. I'll make
Second it.
Yeah.
motion to hold the hearing on August 19th.
And you get a second from Jim, so you
Yes.
vote yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
okay,
we'll do 7:05.
yep, have it be first order of business?
Yeah,
Okay,
George is okay, Rick?
Yeah.
that's very cryptic.
He dropped off the hearing.
Oh.
I'm sure he was okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, here it's pretty important, so I'll shuffle my schedule.
well, I mean, I don't know how many people are gonna show up for the site plan review hearing, to be honest with you.
Two.
Two people. Yeah, it's gonna be probably a pretty quick hearing. Okay. Well, hi, Sarah.
Am I up?
Yeah.
You're up.
Mhm.
Have you ever tried to sail through the draft language, so we can look at the engagement materials and really look at on that. In the table that are in the memo, the teach sections are all things that we discussed at the last meeting, and they've been incorporated into the draft revision. And there should have been attached to the memo, a draft of each one that does not include any of the original language where it has been replaced. But the hope is that as you go through, if you want to see what's changed, you can use these tables to walk through just to make it easier to look at. And the purpose of this is also to make it look pretty close to what it's gonna look like when it's shared with the public for public engagement. So that's like part one of that. Part two is, we had discussed conjoining. And I looked into the RSA on condominiums, and it turned out you guys aren't necessarily in compliance with statute on that. Okay, because we can fix it. So I've drafted some language to include in both the workforce housing ordinance and the PRD ordinance to allow a provision for ownership in each for multifamily units or, condoing just generally. You don't have to include it in both of the ordinances, or you don't have to propose including it in both. But I guess I want some direction from you guys if you want it to be presented in both of them to the community.
Well, that's gonna be interesting to just get feedback from the town residents on condominium ownership. I think it might be mixed reviews, but we won't know until we get out there.
Right,
I guess it does help to know that we're not, in statute, so that
So-
might help us.
Right, it makes.
If our goal is that we want to sell this idea that it's a good thing for Temple to have condominium ownership, I guess I'd like to know more, but if we're not in statute, then I guess
That's always a great thing to be able to say. Well, we don't comply, we gotta change
you
it.
don't comply.
What are we not in compliance with?
You can't prohibit condominiums from your town.
Do we prohibit them or we don't?
you do it for ADUs,
Okay.
ADUs and the multifamily conversions.
Because those are the only places right now where multifamily can really exist, and so they're accidentally prohibited. I say accidentally because I don't feel like it was necessarily deliberate, but because those are the only ways you can build it.
Mhm.
So if we put it in the workforce housing and the PRD, then we are in compliance, we could still prohibit it with the ADUs and the multifamily conversions.
Because it's one of those ordinances where, statutes where it has to be available in most places. And if it was available even just in the PRD type of development, that's an enormous part of your community, it's the whole rural residential agriculture district, which is almost the whole town.
Okay,
Do you guys for now want to keep it in both places as a proposal?
I think so,
So in workforce housing and PRD?
yeah, and then we see the response.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, the other thing was conditional use. And after looking into this, the simplest thing is to just, at the beginning of the workforce housing ordinance, under section B, authorities, adding to the end, workforce housing permitted under this section shall be authorized through a conditional use permit administered by the planning board pursuant to RSA 674-21-2. Because for the most part, all of the necessary elements are there, and yes, it could be beefed up, but it's not really necessary, and just by having this, it allows the rest of your ordinance to work, I think, as intended when it was initially established.
Okay,
Okay, so
so we don't have a conditional use permit in existence right now.
you don't, but you have language for one in the telecommunications facility, and it turns out you don't actually have to have
A
a
form,
permit for there to be a conditional use permit. It's more about
the process.
the process. exactly. So it's something, if you guys want to beef that up, we can work on it now. I feel like in the interest of getting all of this ready for public input, I wouldn't do more than just add that sentence for now, and maybe consider that something for the future. Once we see if you get any bites to actually develop some workforce housing.
Okay. Makes sense.
So should we move on to the display boards?
Sure. The mailer and the display boards, right?
Yeah, I figured we.
Hmm.
One, because the mailer is very good.
Okay, display boards.
I've only printed out one copy of them. This is half size of what they will be. I don't know. I'll
Pass
start
them
with
around.
you. Yeah, just pass them around. I went through a lot of iterations with them to try to simplify them further and further so that. I don't know, with the less is more idea, because the main things we want to see are. If the community is amenable to increased density. At any level, for any cause, is this offensive, is it acceptable? And so,
Does this match the,
Yes.
Okay.
yes, that's the same as what you guys would want. So the first board is generally informative, and I say generally because I really tried to keep it to like a 5th grade level, so that anybody could just glance at it and take something away. We can make it more in-depth, but I felt like that's really what the mailer is gonna be for people who actually want to read more. There's more information. The second board is intended for, I like this, I don't like this type of engagement. And it will just be red and green stickers and people can just interact with it that way. If they choose to, they can interact with it at any place where the boards are set up. And that should give some good initial feedback of whether or not this is headed in the right direction. And the final board, just for the workforce housing. And rather than showing it on the 3 town-owned lots, I only showed the overlay on the school lot, but the other lots are mentioned in the mailer. And with this one, we just want post-it notes. So I was thinking, when the boards go up, maybe we could pre-populate a couple post-it notes, because that's sort of an unusual request to have people draw right on a poster and write right on a poster, but I was hoping we could encourage it just by leading by example. I love this. Which then goes back to the form of the posters. I was thinking with a foam core board, because that would hold up a little bit better, but I don't know. When they're at the town offices, are they gonna be taped to the wall, or will they be on easels or like push pinned into a something or other?
Well, that's probably a question for you, Bill. I would say easels are probably not ideal.
Right, just block the hallway to move.
Yeah, and the ones, cause I have easels, but they're
Right.
bulky
Yeah.
and they're really lightweight.
They do get your attention though, and because they stand out in the room, so you can't really.
Right. Well, I was thinking, I guess one easel maybe in the lobby directing
Right.
people down the hall and then the boards on the wall itself. I don't know how is that sticky stuff
Yeah,
that,
we do that, man, removable sticky tape.
Okay, so that could work with a foam board.
That's fine.
Okay, so I was wondering, just in the interest of delivery on these, is that something that you guys want to have your local person print? I know.
oh, Savron?
Yeah,
If they do that. They probably do.
I think they
They
would.
do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
okay, we'll get back to me if they don't, because we can have them printed up in Keene, but.
yeah, cause I'll be probably the one putting them up, right? So, yeah, Savron's definitely more convenient for me. I'm
Well,
trying to,
if I print up in Keene, I think just next time I head east for anything, try to coordinate with one of you.
okay,
A drop off, I don't mind doing that.
Yes, I don't really care.
okay.
Whatever's easy.
Okay.
Everyone.
Do you go use Curry Copy? I go there weekly,
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's an option.
well, for blueprints and.
do or don't use them.
Mhm.
Our plotter recently broke, so we're having to replace. Or trying to, which couldn't do foam board anyway, but We use like gem graphics and occasionally staples depending on gems and colors. Which doesn't mean we don't use curry as a setting.
I just thought I'd mention it because I probably at least once a week go there, so. If you want
Do you want to look into that? Do you want to look into Curry and see, and Savron, and then either one is fine. If you want to pick them up, that's great.
Savron, my wife could pick them up during the week. She's there 2 days a week.
do you have my original?
So are you guys saying
Yeah,
saffron or saffron?
Yes, in my back.
Okay, sorry.
Just remind me at the end.
Yeah, no, I saw this and it reminded me.
Yep.
Okay, so are there revisions that you would like on any of the posters? Going through the first one.
Yes. So I really struggled with the top where you have the problem and the solution.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to say it differently, but it's. There are people that are gonna see, we need more housing, and they're gonna be like, no, we don't. So I think like that's not making the case. I don't know how to say it
Should we
differently.
drop problem and the solution completely or try to find different ways?
Well, that was what I was thinking, cause I tried it multiple iterations in my head. But I don't know if others have other suggestions, but. And then your chart on the median home price is old.
It's the most recent thing we have for the region though.
Oh, wow. Yeah. that
It is
way-
way low.
I know it's really low.
3 years old.
It's, well, the median house price now in the state is 565.
Yep,
Mhm.
so double all those figures.
Yeah,
Um,
New Hampshire Housing doesn't have something more current. They definitely do, because I've been working on a slide presentation for a different organization, but. I don't know if it's this exact picture, but. Even just this is the median house price. This is how much money you need to make household income. To be able to afford that to buy, and then same for rent.
And draw off all of the different trades.
I don't know, whatever would be most impactful, but. And the vacancy rate, is less than 1%, less than 0%. No, it's like 0.5%
Mm.
for, yeah.
Yeah.
So back to the problem, I mean, if we don't want to drop it completely, we could say housing is too expensive. Very few people would argue with that. But it might be safer just to drop the problem solution altogether.
Yeah, I
It's
mean-
better to not have it because.
I do too.
I mean, we could go down that path, but. I mean, I don't know.
Everyone that lives here has a house.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
problem. This is such a neatly.
Should we change the title of this board as well? Why is it so hard to find a place to live?
Maybe.
What are we gonna come up with?
You
It's,
don't have to come up with exact language. If you guys give me general ideas, I can generate some things.
I mean, I think we're focused on, Temple, right? Like housing in
Yeah.
Temple.
it's like, who needs housing?
Yeah,
It's, you know the list.
No, the argument,
Seniors downsizing, young adults looking
Right.
for starter homes.
Something like, how can Temple make housing opportunities?
Maximizing housing opportunities.
Yeah,
Be
something,
more inclusive to.
yeah, and then I agree with getting rid of the problem, so it starts off with a negative, the word
Yeah.
problem is a negative word. is a
Yeah.
Thing, so I would definitely get rid of the
Inclusive
problem
would be a
solution.
bad word to put in there too.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
Yeah,
of course, we hear from a lot of people in town well, a lot, but it is said in town fairly frequently, oh my God, I can't afford my taxes, and I'm gonna lose my house.
Mhm.
Well, so there is a need in Temple for addressing some of this.
Some relief
Yeah.
for, yeah,
Housing relief.
It's getting too abstract, though.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It goes back to the, like, who needs housing, right? I mean,
I mean, it could be as simple as like housing opportunities in Temple, or I don't know, I'm not sure it has to
Housing
be,
options.
yeah,
I like expanding.
yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Expanding housing opportunities.
Okay.
Or expanding, yeah.
Yeah, expanding housing opportunities in Temple.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Yeah, expanding is a big word for it.
Okay, change the title to that, drop the problem and the solution. Get an updated graphic for home prices and wage stagnation. How about the other things that are on the first sheet?
That even fits with the second side of it, the lower side of this idea is to expand housing options.
Yeah, that's right.
The only other thing I had on that is what is the PRD question at the bottom? And it seemed like you were saying the same thing when you say saving land and money and while preserving large open areas. I wondered if it should just say together saving money while preserving large open areas.
Yeah, closer together is one of those keywords that people get upset about.
Balancing conservation with,
Yeah,
I like balancing,
with cost.
yeah. With,
Is it really conserve stuff?
well,
Do they
with the
put it-
balance of it.
No, it's not in conservation.
No, it's
but-
preserving, it's not
Yeah.
conserving,
Mm.
yeah.
It's basically trying to find ways of improving the housing situation without. With a balance on conserving resources.
Yeah,
land.
you're creating open space that can never be developed. So in essence, it's,
Well, I mean, the PRD could be dissolved, but then none of the houses would be. They'd have to get rid of all the houses and then dissolve PRD and then land's free again. It doesn't go into a perpetual easement as far as I know.
It's meant to. It doesn't have to go into perpetual conservation, but it does have to have perpetual open space
Easement on the.
easement.
on the-
Oh, at least,
I haven't read our PRDs in ages.
okay, so. I was kind of trying to follow all of that, but could we just back that up a little bit? So. Ditch houses being built closer together. Allows. More flexibility. In developing houses to maintain open spaces.
Well, you might just drop. Homes to be built close to them if they allow saving land and beauty while preserving. Large open areas.
I mean, why do we want to get around away from the homes to be built closer together? Because that's true.
That is true. Yeah, I don't wanna mislead anybody. That is what,
Okay, it's gonna be a real point of contention, though, you know, I'm gonna hear.
I know, but we have to be truthful with what these things are.
mhm.
Right, so. just leave this to this then.
Yeah, I'm fine
Or-
with this. I mean, I get the,
Flexibility.
yeah, they're saving
Improve
money while.
Housing,
Allows,
growth, flexibility.
allows,
I'm not trying to hide the fact. Personally, I'm not trying to find ways to hide the
No,
fact
but.
that the houses are closer together. I'm just trying to, like, we tried to avoid other trigger words.
Right.
That's a trigger
Trigger
word.
word.
Closer housing is a trigger term.
what about flexible development?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, flexible development, saving land and being more preserving. Large open areas.
well, on this poster board. I think
Next
you-
one.
Yeah, not to jump around, but I just wanted, well, I thought of it, housing costs can be reduced when we share walls and services. Did you mean wells?
No.
No.
No, walls?
Yes, like-
Oh, as in, okay,
Yeah.
as in a duplex or a complex or, okay, sharing walls, okay. All right. I guess I never heard it said that
An
way.
interesting way.
I never heard it said that way, yeah, we share a wall. Well, no, it's true, you are sharing a wall when you're,
Sure.
no, yeah, no, I get it, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. A planned residential development allows flexible development, saving land and money while preserving large open areas. Did I miss your original point though, Christine? Because I feel like I kind of did in there. Maybe flexible development, saving money while preserving large open areas. Rather than saying saving land in the first part.
Yeah, I crossed out land and just said money while preserving large open areas.
Okay, perfect. Do we have anything else we want to change on the first board? Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind this at all. This is
No,
very
no, no,
important.
I didn't mean it that way, I just,
Okay, second board. Ideas to expand housing options.
The only comment I had on this one, I thought it looked great, actually, it was really clear and easy to understand, was that we should have a little asterisk just to remind people that they would still need to meet well and septic requirements, just because that always comes up.
Do you think that's? Or you think that people looking at this will question that?
Yeah, I mean, when we've put stuff up before, someone always comments, it still has to meet the well and septic, or asks the question, and it's just, yes, it's confirming that, yes.
preempting the question.
Yeah, because you want to make sure the land can support whatever is being proposed.
Is there anything else on this board?
Can I ask, maybe, after looking at all these graphs of plots, which are very, little driveway and the houses are very clustered, right? But that's, I mean, they can build it however they want, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't,
have to look like this. This is just the simplest way for us with
Yeah.
our skills and tools to represent it.
We can't represent every possible.
no, I know, I'm just trying to understand, like, because this makes it look like all this wide amount of space is conserved, right?
Well, that is the idea.
And no, and I know that's the idea,
Yeah.
but is that actually, like, do we have anything? I didn't go look at this, 'cause
Can
I
we
just
make
thought of it now, but do we have anything in there that like says that the conserved area should be?
I do believe
Certain-
it needs to be contiguous
Okay,
and all of the properties or all of the dwellings need to have access to it.
okay, so it has to kind of, so they all have to have access to it.
Right, and what's that actually mean?
Does
It
that
can mean a
mean
lot of things. It can mean
the pie shape of
everything.
their drive? type thing?
Yeah, or it can mean they have a path,
Right,
a separate lot that's
A
a,
road to get
Yeah.
to it or something, yeah.
Okay, thank you, I'm just,
that's okay.
as I'm, like, oh, yeah, they were all made like that.
Because if anything that's confusing, maybe. should
So
be
do you think that note that says all examples are diagrams, not concept drawings, should that be more prominent?
I'm only asking this question. I don't think it's because it's not clear. I'm just curious, that's all, of how the.
You could put it in like a white bubble, like you have on the use the stickers thing.
Part of me would like to see different variations. I understand the complexity of that. And also that people may interpret that
Yeah,
this
is a lot.
is gonna look like this if we do this. So it's hard to put it all on one board.
Well,
It is,
you
it
could
is.
pick one of these and replace it with, or what would you like to see, something like that, or.
Like the blank board that I just drawn.
Write something on a post-it note there, or put your comments of what you'd like to see,
In a little box or something, or,
yeah, or something.
I don't know.
That's my,
That could be something that could kind of be captured at, the Harvest Festival, I
Mm.
think.
Yeah.
Here, throw
Yeah.
the table.
Right, that's true.
my concern is people are gonna go and look at it and say, oh, we gotta pick one of these, and that's all it's gonna be. but that's not the case, so.
Well, and the first column is what's already allowed.
Right, right.
So it'll be interesting what people think of the first column.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
So the 50-acre lot, it would, that wouldn't be a driveway, it would be a town road to a cul-de-sac,
would be, or a private.
private road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, so the frontage. How's that all work with the frontage? You know, we need 300 feet,
Yeah, you still need 3.
300 feet per.
Well, it'd have to be a private road.
Well, you don't need 300 feet per structure in the PRD, because you guys can allow whatever flexible frontage. You just would demonstrate in the yield plan that you could fit 16 single family dwellings, for the traditional subdivision. Which includes the frontage and that sort of thing, so, you know, you're gonna have to put in a big winding road or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and these are very simple and meant to look very similar, so people can not get caught.
Caught up in the design,
in
I
the
get it.
design At
Yes.
all, and just
Mhm.
see, you know, like on the 50-acre. Because you guys are proposing a cap on the number of structures. It kind of invites people to think about small scale multifamily housing in a very different way. Like, we're not thinking about, oh, there's 2 families living in this house. We're thinking about, okay, this development has the same number of structures on it as it could under our current regulations. We just have a few more families in it, and hopefully that doesn't hurt. But I don't know, we'll see how many red dots come back.
Mhm.
People might think it's terrible.
Hmm.
Okay, so on this board, I'm gonna add, the subject requirement comment, and I'm going to do more of a call out on all of the examples or diagrams, not concepts.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should change on this board? We'll do it for now. Board number 3, what else can we do? What if we could build workforce housing outside of a PRD? What if we allowed on vacant town land? Doesn't this sound like a great idea? Any changes you guys want on this? Probably the same one, all examples or diagrams.
Yeah,
Called out.
and do you wanna note that you're proposing this as an overlay?
What it is.
No, but if we're having conversations later, I think explaining what an overlay is, or that it could be an overlay and what that means might,
Right, if we're gonna
Do you want
explain really is, then it makes sense.
because I don't want people to look at this and think, oh, this could happen townwide.
Okay. I'm just trying to think, we can definitely do that.
Well, don't call it an overlay, just say would be only allowed in specific areas. Those specific areas would be ones that had overlays.
Approved by voters.
Mhm.
And maybe that's just what should be on there, is like a call out to be. Yeah, this
Locations to be approved. by voters.
location to be approved by voters,
Yeah.
so that it's not,
Yeah, so.
Right.
We're not saying
Build
it's-
these in the land next to you.
Yeah, I
Right,
like that, that's well said,
Yeah.
that's well said. Location to be approved by voters.
Yeah, that's,
Location.
and then it's not technical.
Yep.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
right.
That,
Exactly.
nothing.
yeah.
my only other comment, which goes back to maybe what these guys were saying, is pushing this example further in, back from the, from the road.
Oh.
Cause it feels like it's on the baseball field and I don't wanna start off on the wrong foot there. Put it back a little more so it's not right on the road.
We can try to accomplish that.
Thank
I
you.
made this graphic for me, so I have no idea.
Okay.
how that would be, but I will.
Move it more towards the middle or.
Yeah,
I like this though.
yeah.
Like the-
Our builder's gonna like it right
Overlaying
there,
on
because
the-
it's gonna be less work for them, they want as close to the road as they can get.
Right,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
The thing that's kind of funny about this
Well, except the septic
is
is
you
here.
could already do this without the overlay district, because this lot is big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready?
I think, but this would potentially allow the town to decide to subdivide that parcel if it made sense in the future and have more flexibility.
Do you think that if you put down the size of those units, the maximum size, if those could be, that might be helpful on this
A good point.
graph?
Yeah,
That people,
they're not thinking, right, even though it is workforce,
Well,
how big are those
workforce-
units? Yeah.
I don't know, so this comes back to the density bonuses. So right now, the workforce units themselves only have like a 25% bonus in existence. And who knows what it's gonna be moving forward, but those are not limited in size. The size limited ones are not workforce housing. So that bonus
Oh.
is
Yeah.
completely separate, which is part of why we didn't put a size on here, because you don't regulate that
Right,
for workforce housing.
right. Yeah.
But it's also possible
Yeah.
that you guys wouldn't go up to a 50% bonus, period, with workforce housing. This is assuming the town goes to that max. And maybe that language needs to be, oh, I guess it is already under 90 units possible.
with 50%, you have that.
Yeah,
But right now, we're currently 25. So this is wishful
Mm.
thinking. What would it be if it was 25%? Well, it would be probably like 5 units, right?
Well, your base density for the lot would give you 6 units. And you don't have to round down, so yeah, you get 7 total. So it's really only a difference of 1 unit.
I just don't know that a lot of, I mean, we barely understand this now. Most people aren't gonna understand what that 50% bonus means.
That's gonna take-
Somebody's comedian down the coaster either. I mean,
We can tell people right to their face, we already have 50%, and they believe us. But, it's,
yeah, nobody knows.
then nobody knows, they don't know. I mean, we didn't know. We're just learning this, so it's,
I mean, maybe this is a good spot to put like, again, current regulations, it would be this.
yeah,
In the
idea.
proposed regulations, it would be this kind of examples.
Potentially use the same picture, but just
Yeah.
color code the expansion.
Okay.
Add a few more houses,
Yeah.
or take the houses out,
is that gonna
shade
complicate?
it instead of 2
Or-
drawings. is what
We
I'm
just
thinking.
don't.
Do you think that would complicate it?
Just make it a note.
Make it really complicated?
I think people are gonna absorb that in that, like.
People look at it. Are
Yeah.
not going to.
Yeah.
So I just want to circle back where we are at the moment. I've made a lot of weird notes. Move the development back.
Mhm.
That's step 1. Add very simple language, locations to be approved by voters. And don't add anything else about density and let it be a conversation reaction piece for the post-it notes. Or.
Add, do you want to say current zoning allows this many units or just leave it as
I don't
is?
even know that we need to get that.
Okay.
specific. I think it's fine if we go.
Okay. Okay. Anything else we should do on the, and intentionally tried to keep it very empty, so that
Mhm.
we can throw a lot of comments.
Yep.
Better or worse.
I think the big picture here of all these is actually really good.
Yep,
It's
me too.
it's just a matter of getting people to see it.
Right.
Where are we're municipal building and where else? Are we
Harvest
posting?
Festival,
I mean, for these to be posted in a building, is it just the municipal building?
Gonna be the town offices and is it the church that hosts the super lunch?
right.
And first Friday pop
This is gonna be posted on the wall and
That could be-
probably on
That's
easels.
be on easels.
and
There's-
we're not doing the library and we're not doing the Temple store or asking them if they
No,
would,
we have
or
room.
were we allowed to do the post office or something like this?
If you get into the bulletin board.
I don't,
box, yes,
there's
but it
room,
doesn't.
yeah.
Mm.
It's trying. How many people see this as
Yeah,
well?
there'll be a mailer.
So everybody will get it in their mailbox too.
Yep.
And how about on the temple?
Well, not all these.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
How about on the
Yeah.
Facebook page, having these posted?
Yeah, that could go there and on the town website.
That would be, I think that would,
How will,
that'd get a lot of
Well-
conversation going. You get it on the site. Once they get rolling on that, sometimes
so they'll just put in comment.
it just grows.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but that's what we
It needs to Be
want.
monitored though, because,
Well, I mean,
Well, the quote official Facebook page is monitored.
your wife does it, doesn't she? Yeah.
no, I mean more like by a planning board member,
Yeah,
because
they would have
just to
yeah.
clarify if there's
Be watching
questions.
It's either gonna get no comments or 1,000 comments, so.
I'd also recommend if you're gonna put it on social media to wait until after the mailer goes out.
Yes,
Some questions might be answered, because these are intentionally very vague. It's trying to get a conversation started, but, just in the interest of. Comments like you gotta respond to.
yeah, I will not, I will not be on social media.
That could be a full-time job.
I'm hardly on right now,
That
right?
can Also be challenging and
Mhm.
potentially get you guys into legal trouble based on.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that part.
Yeah,
Based on how
Yeah.
we answered the question.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's just say put on the town webpage.
Yeah.
Town webpage makes sense.
Not
Yeah.
Facebook.
Not Facebook.
And then, we could, any of us can comment on comments there if we comment as ourselves, not as a board member.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, you're right on that one. That's true.
So when we say to learn more at these other events, is somebody gonna be at these events to answer questions? Like,
Suppose.
are
We're gonna-
we
yeah.
going to be at these events to answer the questions?
Oh, the super lunch and the potluck.
Yeah, I can help with the super lunch.
So it's the first
What's the date of
Friday,
it?
September 5th. Is the Friday after Labor Day,
Oh,
and then September 12th. So there's a potluck on September 5th and a super lunch on the 12th.
Well, I can probably be at the potluck. My wife's been insisting we go to that thing now. Not high on my list, but hey.
I'm not available for the Harvest Festival, but I can help with the other two.
I've been wanting to get my mother to that.
It's the same people.
87 years old.
Yeah.
I'd love to get her out of the house.
So it should be about the average age of the people there.
I think I'm gonna be around Harvest Festival, but I'm supposed to be for the Historical Society at that booth, so I mean, I could bounce back and forth between the two of them.
Well, I'll be around for the Harvest Festival after the pancake breakfast,
The Lions
which
Club.
and in fact, the Harvest Festival doesn't. really
Are you
start.
planning to be here for the Harvest Festival?
I think I probably should be planning to be here for the Harvest Festival, but seeing the hours of manning the booth. I cannot do it looked like 14 hours or something, just set up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it's not
the
that.
hot time is from 9 or 10 in the morning to 2 or 3 in
2.
the afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more like a 4 or 5 hour.
yeah, it's not that long.
Okay, I will plan 9 to 2 and calibrate the end time of 2 based on interest.
Yeah. It really doesn't start at 10, so.
It's just 9 for setup.
Okay,
So you could probably do 10 to 2, yep. And be safe. Alright,
okay.
Good.
So moving on to the draft language for the mailer,
Yeah,
and I
these are
did
long
find,
ones.
I didn't even.
I don't need them.
The print of this until today, so I apologize, I did find like at least one box that got cut off in the formatting.
Yeah, I circled that one. But why is it so hard to find a place to live?
Yep.
Yep. And then in that same box under the solution, you said we can expand housing opportunities. I feel like we should say encourage, because we're not actually doing the expanding. We're encouraging.
Yeah, and that.
Should we go through this front to back, heading by heading? Would that make the most sense? Or Did anybody have enough time to look at it for knee-jerk reactions?
I read through it and those were the only comments I had.
Should we change that heading, why is it so hard to find a place to live? So if you changed it in the boards,
Um, So we have the problem and the solution again.
I think yes, is the short answer, but
I think you also have more context.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel like it's more appropriate, though it reads differently to me than it reads on the poster.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't have a problem with the two there. We'll see if there's any different wording we can do with it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's quite a mailer, it's very.
It's a lot to read, yeah.
should I try to pare it down more?
It's gonna be, what size is this gonna be? You can hit by love, or, oh, it's like on the folds like this. Whoa.
Yeah.
Gotta fill that up, so.
It's good.
Well, we could have more pictures and fewer words, if. But part of the idea of this is to really help explain. I was also thinking maybe, trying to carve out room. Either on the back panel or the front panel, or a QR code that links them to, the proposed. Very draft ordinances, so people can see what we're actually talking about if they're interested in digging into the weeds, but I don't know if you guys are comfortable with. Sharing that when it's still sections that are under development. Or I could just add better comments into the draft, so the parts that are still under development, particularly the density bonuses and the multifamily. Not workforce structures, so it's abundantly clear that, you know. Feedback is wanted for this.
I'm not sure putting a link to it is.
It's not the right
I
time.
don't know.
Yeah,
Could
it's maybe
be
not the right time.
a little bit
It's too.
messy.
We haven't voted on it as a board
Right.
even, so
Okay.
I don't want to create that impression, I guess.
Besides, Temple's never had a QR code or anything.
Yeah.
before.
Yes, we had a QR code for the broadband stuff.
Oh, it's- oh my God. So I guess we heard in the modern era.
And the only other thing is again, I just question your numbers on the, what's the difference on the dollar amount for home ownership and for rentals. I think that's higher for both of those.
The 2025 HUD numbers.
Really? Well, it is workforce housing. That's why. Yeah, it's not.
Well, yeah, and those represent, can you find them here right now, over on the back page. The 97,000 is 80% AMI for the Hillsborough County, so it's not,
So includes
The high numbers.
Manchester and Nashua.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get figures that are town specific.
So do you want to just cite where you got those numbers?
Yeah.
Wow. It's now roughly 101,000. It used to be a lot of money.
Yep. My kid's never moving back. My youngest maybe.
So I like what we've accomplished. That's all good.
Yeah, I saw that
whole-
too.
That whole page.
I finally just got a driving license.
Mm.
That's what I was gonna warn everybody on the planning board.
daughter managed to wreck a car and lose her license all in the first 6 months.
Sister did, she got a brand new car, wrecked it in a week. Back in the 70s.
And then she blamed us because we didn't teach her how not to speed around the corner. Twice the speed limit.
In the rethinking how we encourage smart, flexible housing design,
Mhm.
do we need to say that there's a cap for larger lots, or?
I think
It's okay.
that's too much information.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry for all the coughing, it's my allergies. I know the feel this week.
No, I got tickled.
I just got over something, so. Better get me sick.
Mine's definitely allergies.
Came back from traveling. Actually, I always got sick last.
Drink bottle of water in the car, so I took the fridge.
We're gonna take a little break here. So, the PRDs that Randy set up, some of it's pretty sketchy. There's one, Stonegate 2, that has all the common land is on Webster Highway.
Mm,
Then there is a 100-foot corridor that goes 3/4 of a mile where the houses actually would be. So yes, the common area is accessible, but that really stretches the point, I think.
That's already been approved.
Yeah, that was approved years ago.
Yeah.
That's one of the first PRDs we found. It's pretty weird.
I think we've already established we weren't gonna use that as an example.
That's not. Not a good plan.
That's where you live out there?
Yeah. That 100-foot strip goes down our east lot line.
Gladini,
Is that, the place along the side of the road, that's like a hunting lodge or something, isn't it? That building? On the main road?
I think it used to be, that used to be the Timberdoodle Lodge. And it's been sold.
Oh,
The whole Timberdoodle Club is pretty much vanishing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that want to buy $100,000 shotguns and go out and
Yeah.
shoot at.
well, that was that kind of place.
Yes, it was that kind of place.
I didn't have anything else for you, Sarah, on the mail. Did anybody else?
No.
Just,
I think I
so
can
we can get you out of here
find
before
some
9
ways
o'clock.
to trim it a little bit, because I'm really sure, like, this seems a little bit redundant saying this again here and here, and I'll kind of go through
Yeah.
with that lens, because I noticed that as soon as usually it's like.
I mean, I liked that you kept making the point that the goal was to protect the natural features and
Yeah.
all of that.
Okay, so I will clean this up and have a final version for the August 19th meeting. And hopefully I'll just clean it up tomorrow and send it out immediately to give you guys time to say if I can clean it up again before the meeting. But I will first focus on the boards and get those in better shape so that those are actually ready. I think look at our next step. Okay.
And I guess we'll just coordinate with getting the boards from you.
Yeah, so I'll get some printing quotes
Okay,
and we'll see where it makes the most sense. And if place in Jaffrey is competitive with place in the city, maybe just do that one or hurry. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. It's 6 to 1, half dozen of the other.
okay,
And so I'll get those to you as soon as I have them.
okay.
And the revisions to the boards. Again, hopefully tomorrow, board number 3 might be a little bit more challenging, and if I can tweak that without Todd's help.
Okay, is he away or?
No, he's not, he's had a
He's
lot.
busy, yeah, that's busy. Well, not just busy, he's busy.
He's busy, yeah.
Now, I see on your next steps, you have August 10th, the grant reporting. Let's do.
Yep.
So Christine, I know you sent me dates that you're gonna be away.
Yep, but I'll still have my computer with me, so.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
still
so I'll
working.
plan to get that to you, probably by the end of July, because I feel like if we're reporting through the end of July, but I don't think it's through the 10th, I feel like.
Usually it's through the end. I just, from whatever the last report is till this report.
Yeah, I'll get you, draft narrative for that, and by the end of the month, it would be enough time to. tweak it.
Yeah, it just takes me not very long to put it all together and send it. And the memos that you send are really helpful. I usually just attach those too.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, you guys think we're in good shape? Yes. All right. Thank you for sponsoring here.
thank you.
Thank you for all your work.
Yeah, air conditioning in here. Turned it on.
Okay, so old business, all-purpose storage expansion, is there any news there,
I
right?
don't think we've heard anything
Mhm.
new.
The mapping conversion,
Yep, so I've been going back and forth. I think you saw some of the emails. Avatar was reviewing the maps as well, and they came up with a list of some questions they had, which I think we've been able to answer most of them, but if anybody's interested, there is a new list now. And I just needed the response from you about those lots not being merged. But then there was one question for Randy about, there's these two funky lots, 5 acres each, that are right on the Wilton line, which I remember were merged, but I couldn't figure out who owned and where and what lot they were, but Randy answered that for me.
That must have been Toby,
Evan Jost,
Jost.
they were merged in 2021. I was able to find the deed that,
it's close to Tobin, it's right there.
it's right where Ken Sullivan used to live, like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, right at that area, so I've sent the list off to the contact at CAI. He hasn't responded yet, so, but it, it was in the last 2 days, so.
I've never gotten access to any of this stuff.
Really?
I asked like.
Did you all get?
I haven't.
I've only been in it once and half my property is in Limerick, but
Well, you can send me corrections, cause I
I
sent
sent-
the one for mine was off as
yeah,
well.
I said it. I think I responded to Russ or the group. Maybe it was just Russ.
Maybe it was just Russ, but Russ was gonna send me the list before he went away and he didn't, so.
Your property was off, Kristen?
Yeah, but the current tax map is wrong too,
Oh, okay.
so it was not
Yeah.
their fault, it was just that they.
I looked at the area around, like, oh, generally looked.
The line between, cause
Yeah.
we did a lot line
Oh.
investment, in 2016 or something. I can't remember what year, yeah, 2016,
Oh,
and so it just missed. Yeah, some of the line, it didn't, it was supposed to go all the way to the stone wall and it didn't,
Right.
so that's all. So it wasn't a huge, it was a couple 100 feet.
I see.
Mhm.
Well, the only ones I've seen are the PDFs that came out
Yes,
early on,
yeah,
and those looked good.
okay, so that's what you should have been looking at, but then we sent them this list a couple weeks ago because they hadn't done any of the 2024 updates and corrections that we sent, so I'm waiting for them to hear from them on that, and then, yeah, there's the other ones, and then Avatar had some corrections they needed to make. Some that they didn't catch, so more on our end, but still is validating, and one of them was the orphan lot
Oh, yeah,
that they didn't have a record for, so they're gonna create one, and I guess that will come to the select board, because I don't know how all that works, that's not us.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so still, they're still working on it, I guess. But I could, so if you got the PDFs, then you had access.
Oh, there's not anything that releases in it.
No.
I just got a bunch of files.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Okay.
That's it?
good, the solar permit
Yep,
checklist.
so I think I forwarded the email that we got from Joe Driscoll. Did you see that?
Mhm.
Basically, basically, he said, we don't have any solar zoning in our ordinance, so what are we doing? I did email him back and say, in the building, on the building permit, the current building permit, it does reference solar
We have a
And-
separate, yeah.
in a couple of places. So it sounds like maybe we just make a couple minor changes to the building permit.
Yeah, but how can we have it in our building permit if it's not covered by zoning?
I think we have to specify that it's considered a accessory building.
Okay.
And-
That's good, okay, you know.
That's what you guys consider it,
Mhm.
right? So,
Well, yeah, but I guess technically.
so yeah, I made a couple of changes to the form, I reformatted it so it looks like the application. And then the changes were to add the zoning ordinance, the setback requirements, the height restriction, and to consult the zoning ordinance if it's in the aquifer district. And then I just took language off the building permit that said an approval signature is required from the building inspector, because Carol asked me that question several times prior to the select board approving. And otherwise, that was that, but the select board approved what we had presented. I sent it for legal review and he threw a whole wrench in the thing. I also emailed the Soul Smart people and asked them if they had encountered this before, where towns had a checklist and nothing in their zoning, and how that was handled in other towns, and I haven't heard back yet.
So do we want to get something put into our zoning?
I think yes is the short answer.
That would be a booth next
A
March.
booth, yeah.
with,
Yes, yeah.
So a
and-
hearing in January.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we want to start working on that,
Some language.
some language for that? And there is draft language they gave us to start with.
Is that something you can facilitate, Jim? Is that?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just drafting.
Yeah,
Basic language to add to the zoning. I don't think it has to be too complicated. I'm sure it has an RSA that's gonna reference an RSA, right?
yeah, I mean, they gave us example,
Okay, for example, some.
yep,
There was an email that came out, I think that's from the storage people, about asking how high a fence could be. Did you guys see?
Was that, I saw.
I
that.
thought it was somebody else.
Oh,
I thought it was somebody else too, but it didn't seem like, that name didn't connect with me with the
Okay, I
Patriot Holdings.
saying we don't have a fence height restriction.
Oh, you responded? I was wondering.
Yeah,
Absolute height.
thank you for doing that. Yeah, we have,
40 foot.
40, yeah, so they can build a fence
Right.
39 feet if they want, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the only other point I made up to this to Joe Driscoll was that we don't have any regulations for pools either, and we also require a permit for that, so.
That email, yeah. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what he says.
It's so unlikely anybody would ever notice or complain about this. I mean, they'll see it on, nobody's gonna go read our zoning ordinance to, when they're gonna build a pool, they'll say, how do I build a pool? And well, here's the application.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big thing,
Legally.
35 feet from the setback is really the biggest thing.
Right.
we still had,
Or
we had ours.
septic, I guess.
We had, Will Wilds came out and we had, Tim came out at the time to, I don't know why, but because he needs us to sign off on something. So
We should.
it's still
cover ourselves.
inspected.
We should start fixing these things.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So I guess we hold off on implementing the checklist until we get some answers, until the next meeting. Just,
And Jim will work on some language for.
yeah,
That won't take up a lot of our time.
No.
no, it shouldn't.
We can have, I mean, we probably don't even have to have a forum or anything in the fall. We just have a hearing in in January.
Mhm.
And then just put it.
December.
put it-
We'll have
excuse
the
me.
first one in December.
Yeah, and then have the and vote. I think probably just one hearing, I would imagine.
Well, we'll have hearing for the PRD and workforce housing too.
Yeah, we can incorporate it
Do it all at
at the
once.
same time, sure.
Yeah. And there's a legislative workshop coming up from NHMA on the changes that were made this last session and. The parking thing is one slot for residential units, so we're gonna have to change that because we say two. And there was, I think, on class 6 roads, that changed. I don't know if the governor signed that one or not. That you could allow development on class 6 roads.
Really, that's big.
Yeah.
That did pass?
It passed the House and the Senate.
Yeah,
And there's still restrictions on it, like the town is not held liable,
Liable.
like, you know, they still have to.
Providing any
I'm
service.
amazed that passed. And
I don't know if the governor signed it, I know there was still a lot of opposition to it, but there, I think you signed up for the one coming up too, right? Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about allowing us to have an account to register ourselves through NHMA, because right now we have to go through Carol to sign up for NHMA webinars. And she gets the confirmation. It's very labor intensive, and because we didn't get confirmation, it just went to her.
It's weird, okay. I'm
Have
not sure
your
what
name
it
put
is.
on the list or something?
Or somebody on, I like, it can be somebody on the planning board, or, you know, maybe Kathy, but just,
There's a contact list that Carol updates NHMA with. It was put in for a reason, because there was a town resident who kept contacting NHMA. But somebody here ought to be on it.
well, you have to create a login. And so I tried, when I was chair, I tried to create a login and it wouldn't let me. I had to get some approval. And I was like, well, I'll just go through Carol. I don't sign up for that many, but we can still contact for legal advice.
Okay, so you are on the list.
Yeah,
That's fine. But yeah, I'm not sure about the registration for these things.
Yeah.
It goes through her. I guess I've always gone through her too. So.
yeah, which is fine, but like with this particular one, it was such a hassle. I mean, we must have exchanged 10 emails back and forth. So anyway, that's my.
How do we
soapbox.
fix that?
I don't know. I asked Carol to look into it and,
Carol. Wasn't there things she's done.
I know that's the thing.
Probably not.
I apologetically asked her
Probably not.
to find out if we could have another login for the planning board. But anyway, that's that for legislative. And so we'll be on the July 3rd legislative wrap-up webinar, so we'll have a report in August on the changes we need to make.
Okay. Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
Well.
Look at that, 8:30.
That's good. I make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, sorry, just one more thing. So I will send out a notice for the hearing for the site plan.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So you'll see that
Thank you.
come through. That's it.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
How do you vote?
Yes.
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 Okay, meeting adjourned.
Yeah.